about to start.
Everyone, welcome to a new episode of No Conduct Radio. We were not live last week, as those of you who messaged me on Facebook were wondering where we were. We were not live because the Eagles won the Super Bowl.
The what?
And Philadelphia was shut down.
Really? Really? Oh my God.
Really?
Jeez.
Really?
Anyway.
So. Yeah, they actually had a parade on Thursday. I thought BJ was going to be on at the parade, but apparently he's not an Eagles fan.
Hey, you breaking up. Every time you talk, you breaking up like you talking on a walkie-talkie.
Really? Every time I talk about the Eagles, I'm breaking up? Really?
No, you breaking up in the beginning. Well, no, I'm not an Eagles fan. No, I'm not. And it's good that they won, but, it took them long enough, but, hey, still not an Eagles fan, whatever.
Well, Logic told me, because I told Logic that you're what the hell
Dallas
is it called?
fan. Dallas.
My
life.
The Cowboys. You're a Cowboy fan, and apparently the Eagles and the Cowboys are bitter rivals.
Yeah,
so how is it
living
in Philly?
How is it? Hey, it is what it is.
How many times have you gotten into a fight?
Never. We get in arguments, but Dallas, we always win that argument because nothing. The Eagles really can't. Actually, Eagles really cannot argue with any team because they just won something, So they can't really argue with that. No team, no whoever, like from the Raiders to whatever. Like I said, one thing: where's your ring at? And they got to be quiet. And now they can't say that because they have a ring. So, now we can say how many rings you have. So they have one to our 5, like one.
How many times did Dallas win?
5.
Oh, wow.
See?
Well, I don't know. I guess they got smart this year and just, put new people on the docket. They won.
It's pretty good, They played pretty good this year. I give it to them, Take nothing away, but, I just feel sorry for their second-string quarterback. He has 1 year just being a second string after he won the Super Bowl. But, he want to be a preacher anyway, so. It is what it is. I let them have their joy for whatever.
Well, the funny thing is, I don't even watch football. It was just everybody was so hyped.
Yeah.
It just it caught on. I have no clue about football at all. The only thing I know is they get to the last line.
The last line.
They get to the last line on the field.
Don't even finish that statement. Get to the last line.
I want to finish. I want to finish.
Line.
Shut up. They get to the last line on the field, which means they did a touchdown. And there's another way you can make points, which is to kick it through the thing, the little U thing. You kick it through that, and you get points. And I don't understand why they keep stopping on every single line on the field. And that's about it.
It's called getting tackled. It's called getting tackled.
Okay, they got tackled, but they always say,
and they start from
on the 30th yard field line, whatever it's called.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. Okay, talk about something else. Talk about some swimming or something, tennis or something. Damn. Jesus. Please. I'm sorry, all you football fans out there listening, Eagles, ladies and guys, she just don't know the terminology.
I just said I don't.
Just take it with her because, whew.
Well, look, you got to understand. You got to understand, though. I'm first generation American. Mom calls this American football.
Oh, God.
They don't watch football.
You didn't say that. Oh, my God.
No. They don't watch football, so I know nothing about football.
Oh, my.
What do you want from me?
Really?
I don't watch football. So, that's, but I did get swept up in the hype because it was exciting, especially knowing that they haven't won a championship or Super Bowl in ever, basically.
So how did you get?
But how did you help me? I don't know about football.
No, okay. So how did you get swept up in the hype though? That's crazy. If you don't, how?
Because it's amazing that an entire city.
Okay.
It was amazing that an entire city was just like, oh my gosh, they went. I didn't go to the parade, but they went to the parade. There was like over 2 million people at the parade. They actually closed school. You should have seen when they won. There was fireworks over here. People running in the street screaming like. I got excited for them. Let me ask you a question. So if it wasn't if it is, we do have TVs like that, and you didn't know it was a football game, they won the Super Bowl, so all this hype and rioting, whatever, and you'll still catch on and say, oh yeah, you was cheering for nothing. I didn't watch the game. I didn't watch the game at all.
You got swept up in the hype though, and you don't even watch the game. If they say who's playing,
I was excited for them. Okay, I live in Philly now, so
it doesn't take much for you to get excited over a crowd, to get hyped about the crowd.
I live in Philly now, so I'm a Caribbean Philadelphian. So they won the Super Bowl for the first time ever, so I have to be happy for my home.
What the hell is a Caribbean Philadelphia? Okay, nice.
Somebody who lives in Philly now. Bite me. How about that?
Bite you, huh? Okay, it's not Valentine's Day. I don't do that stuff.
You done?
No, I'm not done. Yeah, I'm done. I don't want to talk about Valentine's Day. Forget that. It's ridiculous.
You already know. We've been together 4 years. I don't celebrate Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is a holiday that was designed by the man to hold us down. I'm just playing.
No, it's designed by the woman to give to the woman.
No. I completely believe that Valentine's Day is a holiday that was just brought about by, like, stores.
By what?
You know, you go out there and spend more money.
It is a manufactured holiday for retail shops and jewelry stores that push the narrative for men to have to go out and buy stuff for women.
Isn't that stupid? Oh, my God. And let me tell you a story what happened to me yesterday. Valentine's Day. It's crazy. I'm talking to I have a female friend. Several, but still. And she got mad at me because I didn't call her yesterday and talk about, like Happy Valentine's Day and, just the normal stuff. So, in the morning I got up, I texted and said, okay, Happy Valentine's Day, have a great day, whatever. Because I was busy, I was trying to sit and talk about, Valentine's Day is this, get chai, whatever. The next today, I woke up. I got a text, couple phone on. All I saw was, first of all, good morning, and could you give me an explanation why you didn't call me last night and talk about Valentine's Day, whatever? I said, what? I said, by the way, text her back, by the way, I don't have an explanation for you, and, excuse me, you could have called me and talked about Valentine's Day. Why don't a man have to call you? Why couldn't you, this is for the women, it's for women. I said, you know what? If you're too shallow, so don't even call me at all. I lose my number. And that's all I did. It's just crazy. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, no. It's stupid. I understand why women want the guy. We always have to say, reach out to them. Just turn the shoe around. Call us sometimes. But then all through the day, they texting us, and then when you don't call them at nighttime, and the thing is, you text us all day, so we know what's going on. Then we talk to them at night on the phone. They say, why are you so quiet? Because we talked all day, texting. You text me all day, so there's nothing to talk about. I know what you did all day. It's stupid. It's never, I miss you. You don't know, you don't, because you see me, you talk to me all day. So I said, lose my number. It's just, I was so, man, I was talking about yesterday. Man, it was crazy, man.
Did you actually break up with her yesterday?
No, it wasn't no breakup. It was just like, we wasn't like going out. We were just like friends. But you know how women get, you friends, the guys, whatever. I ain't smashing nothing like that, no. It's just like, don't give me that shallow stuff. I can't stand it. I can't stand a shallow woman. I just say, lose my number. And she's like, oh, no, I'm sorry. I blocked her, all that stuff. So it is what it is. Stupid. I cannot stand that. What's wrong with you women? Y'all listening, women? It's not the guys have to reach out all the time, Don't let us
I agree with that. When women wait for the guy to do something, but they complain. They talk about equality and all of this stuff, but, there's still instances where they wait for the guy to do something. Like I was talking about last show, a guy opening the door for you. If a guy doesn't open the door for you, then they see you as being less than. Or if you can't pick up this check, then you're looked at less than. But then any other time, it's like, oh, we're going to be equal. We're going to be equal. But they do expect the guy to do more.
So it's like, okay, put it this way, Kyle, you talk to your, you had a new boyfriend or whatever, and you tell your female friends, say, okay, I met this new guy and everything. And what would your female friends say? They would say, first thing they say, well, what does he do for a living? You know, it's like, and what does he do for a living? Never saying, does he look good, or are you a nice guy? First thing they say, what does he do for a living? Now, if a guy like me say to my boys, like, yo, what's up? I got this new girl I'm talking to. You know what they say? Oh, man, she's actually pretty looking. Well, how is she? Never saying, what does she do for a living? So I think it's like the man always has to come with conditions. Like, what can you do? What can he do for you? It's never that. It's just, I don't know what they're women. It's true. It's ridiculous. I mean, I'm so tired of it, man. This dating scene, woo, I thought divorce was bad. Dating scene these days.
Well, that's what Logic says in many of our shows, that it's getting to the point that men don't see any reason to get married anymore.
It's not. Okay,
and women are basically doing this to themselves.
Yeah, divorce it doesn't pay. Divorce is a man is you divorce, you doing nuts. You know, it's all about the woman. Everything. It's crazy. So I'm like, I told a guy, get married. It's like a death sentence. I don't care, love or not, whatever. Get married, divorce, you get nothing. It's all about the woman. And it's true. It's the worst thing a man can do.
Do you think you would get married again?
No. She could be a billionaire, and I still won't marry her. Because I know I've been through it. Even though all women are different, but still, hey, If you get married and you stop screwing every week or whatever, every day, whatever it is, and it's just like, oh yeah, dear, whatever, you keep screwing her, because if not, she can get bored. It's what happens. Regardless, tired or not, you gotta give it to her. She gotta give it to you, whatever. And it's what it is. And if a woman like my wife, I'm married, and we had a conversation, and she said, I said, you know what, I'm going to stop working corporate and just pursue my what I want to do in life, for entrepreneurship, whatever, my businesses. She said, well, okay, that seems nice. So how much will that bring in, like, weekly or monthly? I said, hold on, first of all, you're working, so why does it have to be, how much is that bringing in? You can't say, okay, let me take up the slack while you do what you want to do to, better the family. See, some women are not like that. They want to see, like, how much can you bring in? How much can that bring in? Is that going to be quick money? No. So we don't have your back. They want you to work. Okay, what can you bring me? What can you bring me? Please, get a promotion. Look, man, I'm telling you.
But see, on the flip side, when men do...
I see you with the marriage and the kids. Well, I think the kids are kids, but the marriage, I feel you. I know. I don't blame you, because, do what you do. Man, if I could do it all over again, well, kids is cool, but if I could do it all over again, nah, I'll be just like Logic. No marriage, probably no kids, well, yeah. Because it's crazy. And the dating scene is not that,
you are that going easy these off.
Days. Yeah, I had a rough week, and yesterday took it over the edge. Women just they so selfish and shallow. I'm telling you. I told women, if you listen to me, if you see me out anywhere in event, whatever, don't come to my table or talk to me, whatever. I don't care how I look to you. If you come in shallow, I'm shooting you down right there, whatever. Shoot me down. I don't care how you look. Don't come to BJ talking up and shoot me down. Because all you want is conditions I can bring
that woman really got under BJ's skin. You hear that, Logic?
Text me in the morning. Okay, I'm being quiet. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, but I'm being quiet now. I had to get that out. Oh, man, you didn't know. Oh, my God. I hope she's listening, too. And you knew who you are. I know you're listening. Because you do listen.
No, I mean, it's good that you got that out, because women need to hear that. They only hear it from Logic, and they just think Logic is a misogynistic pig anyway, so they don't listen to him. But women need to really hear that. It gets tiring.
Oof.
And I'm not even a dude. And I realize it gets tiring. But I was gonna say, on the flip side, BJ, when a dude does land a woman who does the stuff that you're saying, a lot of them don't know how to accept that. Like, okay, I make enough for all of us. You go out, pursue your dreams. Whatever. I'll support us all. There are men who would not do it, They either won't do it because, I got to be a man and, I won't let you support me, or they're men that will do it, and then once they attain the level that they want to be at, they'll leave the woman. Like, I supported you for 4 years throughout doctorate school or whatever, doctor school, medical school, and they just leave because I have more money and I can get a badder-looking woman. So
well, those guys, I don't know. It just maybe that's their personality makeup right there. So I don't know. I'm thinking if he leave her like that, just spread out like that, then he didn't really love her in the first place. So that's how it is. She should have knew that in the beginning, before the marriage or going into the marriage. So and if she won't stick with him, and if she stick with him, and if she's nagging him like that, and he turned out to leave her like that because it's the nagging. Guys can take so much nagging. I don't care what it is. If you nag a guy so much, he will either hit you or push you down the steps, whatever, because it's too much nagging. I know that feeling because they always on your back for one thing, but you out there grinding, and some guys can't take that. Of course, they'll leave or whatever. It's hard to say. Then it's a bad guy. He left. He didn't want to stay with the marriage, whatever. He couldn't take the pressure. Well, who wants pressure from the job, the world? They come home and get pressure. That's crazy. No man wants that. But if a man wants that, then he's got serious mental problems. I don't understand that. I don't understand that way either. So, no.
Well, my ex-husband, I was trying to push him to be a better person, and saying better person in terms of saying.
Go ahead. Be a better person, like how? You wasn't trying to change it.
In terms of saying, you're smart. I know you could do better than, this job that you're in. Maybe you can get to being like a supervisor, and then we can look into maybe opening your own company with this, since you do have a lot of experience in this. Go to school. I brought him to school, signed him up, blah, blah, blah. I was the one making most of the money, not trying to, nag him or asking him, what are you going to contribute? I was just doing, because I just figured, hey, you're better than this. You could do. You're too smart for this. Well, he came back some years, I think when we were about to get a divorce, and he said he wants, quote, unquote, a ride or die chick. I wasn't that because I put him down on his job, what he was doing. I put him down by saying that I know you're smarter than this, and let's work on doing.
Well, that could be. When you say he was smarter, that means saying that what he was doing. Probably he liked what he was doing. Maybe he didn't want to
No, he didn't like what he was doing.
Oh, he didn't like it. Oh, okay.
No.
Okay, but then again,
he didn't like what he was doing. If that was like his dream, then of course I'm not gonna put you down for it being your dream. I'm not a douchebag. Okay. But he didn't like what he was doing. It was just something for now, something to get money, and I just figured, I know you're smarter. I know you can push further. You could do more than what you're doing now. Let's get there together. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so let's get there together. So when you was telling him this, was it like on a constant monthly basis, like every other week?
No, I wasn't nagging him about it.
So, okay. Now, you saying you wasn't nagging.
Let me just break it down for you.
Break it down.
He's just a douchebag. That's it. He wanted me to be okay with him being just a layabout, with him just having the most menial job ever, with him being able to.
But he had a job, though. I'm not defending.
I understand that, but it wasn't a job. Number one, it wasn't a job he wanted to be on. Number one. Number two, he enjoyed spending all the money that I made. And he made. So if you like spending money, let's make more money. You know what I'm saying? You can't have a poor man's job and live a rich man's life.
Yeah, that's
not how it works.
That's true. Okay.
So there were a lot of.
Okay, hold up. But did you know this going into the marriage? What kind of person he was, like far as
and that's what you said. Most people should know that going in, and I saw that. I figured I could change him like most women do, and make him see the good part, and make him see what he can do, where he could be. I don't know.
There's no way. I don't think an average man would say, okay, I see her false name, I can change it, let me marry her. I don't think a guy. Well, I don't know. I can't speak for all guys, but I can't speak for all guys. Well, typical me, I wouldn't. I couldn't do it.
Well, I don't know.
It's hard. It's hard to change. It's like it's not in the beginning of change before you get married. It's never, like I said, it's never going to work out. And you see that because you divorced, right? It's like me. It's a different story, but still, it don't work out.
That was really my first real serious relationship, and I always thought that, looking at other people's relationship, like observing, to me, it was like, this is what you have to do. You have to have your man's back. You can show him a better life if you just don't nag. So I was just going off of, my observations on other people's failed relationship and figuring I could do better, like fix it, show this person that life isn't what he thought it was, with his family, with his previous relationships, blah, 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 blah. But, you live, you learn. Now, if I go and do this again, then, you can yell at me and be like, are you stupid?
That's exactly what I was saying.
No, I did it this one time. I found out it was, I'm an idiot.
So would you ever get married again?
Yeah. Well, the answer is weird because if it's just me, I would try it again because it's just me. I believe in divorce and really don't care. I could divorce you. However, when you have a kid involved, I don't believe in bringing, like, new men around my child. So that's the only thing. Because if somebody treats my child differently than they will treat their own, if somebody molests my child, it's a lot of factors where I will go to jail. So I just decide not to do that.
All right, so, forget the marriage. What about a boyfriend? Let's leave it at the beginning stages. Because you already got the phobia of, like, child, molestation, all that kind of stuff. So that's in your mind. So I guess every guy you see that potential date, you had in the back of your mind. That's like a wall there. So it's like you always skeptical going into relationships. So
I don't go into relationships.
Okay. Damn. All right. I forgot. You're different. I'm sorry. I was talking to. You're different.
Wait. Well, how am I different? Like, what were you going to say?
You don't go into relationships. What would that mean? You don't go into relationships. So you're saying like boyfriends and all that stuff. I don't do that. I have a daughter, so I have to focus on that. Okay.
If I'm not bringing any dude around my child, unless it's dudes that I've known for my whole life or something.
Okay.
But how does that make me different? This is what I'm asking.
No.
Because you were about to say something, then you said, oh, yeah, you're different.
Well, that was sarcasm.
Well, it does make you different because a lot of girls would act as if the fact that they have a child shouldn't be a deterrent or something that should be considered getting into a relationship. But you're actually going about it the right way where you shouldn't have a bunch of people around your kid. You shouldn't, especially men, because, if it doesn't work out or whatever, you're just going to introduce confusion into your child's life. So the person should be pretty well vetted before they are around your kids. But I know girls that had several boyfriends around their sons or daughters or whatever the case may be. So you're going about it the right way. It's not typical, but you should do that.
I see women do that too, and I don't understand it at all. But for me to bring somebody around my kid, I would have to know them for a crazy, crazy long time. And all the people that I know for a long time are just my friends. I've hooked them up with other people, so that's just what it is.
So you're the one that hook up. You're the hookup friend then. You're the hookup.
Well, because I'm not trying to get with them, and I don't want them to sit there pining away from me or anything like that. And they're good people. They deserve somebody. So I find somebody.
You're the finder. She's the finder.
Well, why not? Why would I just have my friend sitting there being alone?
She's one of those girls with a bunch of male friends.
Oh no.
That tries to convince herself that they're really her buddies.
As if y'all didn't know that already.
Yeah.
I only hang around guys.
Yeah,
This makes sense.
Oh no.
Yes, I'm one of those women who have nothing but male friends. And there's, I don't know.
Listen, my question to you is, do women understand how they're pretty much running themselves off the cliff now? Like, do they understand the trouble that they're in right now with men, and how they're really like destroying any prospects that they have of dudes really wanting to continue to invest in them? Because I mean, there's always, I mean, men are always going to bang chicks, but do they understand that the way they've been acting lately and how narcissistic they are and unapologetic at that with the way that they are, do they really understand how men are kind of slowly starting to lean out? Like, okay, I'm not doing this anymore. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Do they see that, or do they not see it?
You're asking me from what I'm noticing?
Yes, I'm asking you because you're not an alien. You talk to women. You know
well,
how
I'm trying to say, from what I'm noticing, no. They don't see that at all. If they did, they would humble themselves. But they're getting more obnoxious instead of the opposite. So I don't think they see it. I told y'all that I had a friend who stated, like, I don't know, how would I put this? She was basically a free spirit, as she called it.
Oh,
God. And when someone wanted to marry her,
right.
When someone wanted to marry her, she told him that she was worth no less than 3 carats. And I didn't understand the logic behind that.
You know what I'd have told her? I believe you're worth a whole bag of carrots. So you go to the clothing line and pick out any bag you want, and I'll buy it.
Yeah, just like that. Y'all walk away. It's crazy. Man, come on. Man, guys ain't kind of get out these days.
Carrots.
So this is just to show you that I don't think, because, okay, the reason I don't think that it's hitting home is because guys aren't doing anything for it to hit home. They're still going out there like the Kim Kardashian types. They're still slobbering or salivating over her. They're still willing to marry her. So there's nothing to raise alarms in women's heads saying that, hey, we need to change. There's nothing. And actually, later on in the show, I did want to talk about this new statement going on that even celebrities are doing now. The new statement is women don't have to be modest to be respected. That's the new statement going all around social media.
Damn.
So, no, there's nothing that's come into their mind, no alarm bells that's telling them, hey, we need to change. We need to be more supportive of our men, not really looking for men for their material stuff.
Is that really shocking, though? Because listen to what women have been saying. If a man marries a woman and it doesn't work out, or she wants to leave, or even if she cheats on him, that he needs to pay her money for the rest of her life.
Yep.
Because he, at one point, loved her. So he needs to continue to give her money for the rest of her natural life.
And she did
unless she decides that she's going to marry
unless
again.
she gets married, which you don't have to because.
But she's not going to do. She's not going to do it. Especially if you're getting money, if you're an alpha, you're getting way more money than the average guy. She will keep a dude in the house and bang him and be with him and whatever, and she will get real progressive then, and not need marriage to define her. But she'll continue to get that money. So they said that. They also have made the statement that there is never, ever, in any way, shape, or form, in any dimension, there's never a reason to hit a woman. They don't say the same thing to women. They don't say there's never a reason for a woman to throw her hands against a guy. But there's never a reason for a guy to ever hit a woman ever. So you got that going. Then you have a woman would never lie about being raped or sexually harassed because women just wouldn't lie about a thing like that. That will never happen, right? Then you got that. So when you have been tailoring society to never see any flaw with this creature, then you telling me they're coming to the conclusion of, well, we don't have to be decent people at all to be respected. That doesn't shock me. That to me, that's only the next natural progression. That I can do whatever I want. Because anytime you got women that are out there, and I'm gonna say this, and women, if you feel offended, then go fuck yourself. I don't care. But if you're 30 and you have over 20 men in your wake, you're a whore. If you're 40 and you have over 30 men, like just subtract 10 from your whatever age bracket you're at. So if you're 40 and you got over 30 men, you're 50 and you got over 40 men, you're a whore. Because you should not be going through that many guys claiming, unless you're saying I don't care, I'm just saying indiscriminately, then you're acknowledging what you're doing. But if you really want, most of these chicks that's out here claiming they're looking, and I'm just trying to find love, and 27 men on your hit list, 27, like you just 27 times you were just I thought he was like, imagine if you heard somebody say, if a man came to you, Kai, and he's 34, and you say, what kind of job you got? Oh, I just started working at this new place. I got fired from 26 other jobs before I met you. So that's what happened. I got fired 26 times. I thought I knew what I was going to do in life, but 26 other times I was just wrong. But I think I got it this time. Would you be comfortable if this guy knows what's going on in life? He knows what he's doing?
No.
If some dude gets with you and you're about your business, you got your company, you got all this stuff going on, and he says, oh, yeah, I'm in business, too. And you say, oh, word, how old are you? I'm 41, but, I had businesses 34 other times I went bankrupt. But, I got it figured out at the time, though. I really got this figured out. I'm sure at the time. So, would you like to merge with my business and intertwine your taxes with me, and we can just figure this out? Those other 34 times, my business partners were liars, and I had no idea. But I figured it out.
Well, you already know that's an absolutely not. That's not going to happen. You're not going anywhere near my business.
It's crazy. But to be honest with you, that's what the climate is out here.
Crazy.
I have a friendship now that's not as tight as it used to be, because I told my friend that this girl he was pursuing heavy. He was going after this girl. You would think that, she was the Duchess of whatever. Like, he was acting like she was a queen. She had 4 kids by 25.
Damn.
By 4 different guys.
God.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. That's even worse.
I said, hold on. I said, why are you running after this girl like this? She's dead weight. I was like, what was she talking? I said, what you know about her, absolutely, is that she has 4 kids by 4 different guys, which means she has 4 dudes. Let's say I'm going to trust that she's not a whore. So 4 different guys told her the same lie 4 separate times. And she trusted them and let them drop the load deep with no repercussions. Like 4 different times that happened. And they're not all in succession, like this one's 2, this one's 3, this one's 4, this one's 5. No, it's like it's spread out. I said, so I said, either A, something's wrong with her psychologically, which there's a lot of girls out there that got problems, and this is the reason why I totally don't just throw chicks away. Because if you're a slut, but the sluttiness is coming from a reaction to a tragedy that happened, because a lot of girls go through, having a lot of incestuous things going on in their family, or molestation of somebody's family. There's a lot of things that girls have to go through coming up, and I acknowledge that. I understand that. However, you cannot continue to grind that plane into the ground when you're crashing, and it's not like something is not going on. You have to, at some point, take the reins and say, okay, this is not. I'm not heading in the proper direction. Let me figure this out. But when they completely just go off the deep end like that, you have to either A, lean back, or B, she has to be able to acknowledge, yes, something that I'm doing something wrong. But that's not the world that we live in anymore, where these girls don't want to admit that what they're doing is wrong, or the way that they're going about it is wrong, or whatever. Like this chick that had these 4 different kids still wanted him to pursue and was putting things in his way that he had to jump over and had to, kind of prove himself to. I'm why are you proving yourself to her? For what? I said, you don't have kids. You got a job. You got your whole life ahead of you. I said, I know sounds like I'm trying to talk you off of a building, but what are you doing? What are you doing? The only thing she's accomplished is letting dudes bang her raw. That's the only thing she's accomplished in life. Why are you chasing that? You can find it anywhere. And he continued to pursue, and apparently was the jerk for saying that. And we ain't as it used to be. I don't regret it because,
that's crazy.
You go get it, whatever.
That's like living in denial.
Yeah, but it's just like you said, BJ, earlier. There's girls out here that have nothing to offer a relationship except sex and problems. Sex and problems. That's pretty much most guys' relationships. Is the only thing she brings to the table is sex and her problems.
Yep.
And you still have to go out and get her a card to thank her for bringing her problems into your life.
Exactly.
It's like, why? What? Why? No. Beat it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I had one of my male friends. I went off on him one time. This was years ago. I went off on him because I can't remember what he was doing, but I think he was following around this girl, like trying to pursue her, and she was basically crap. Like, you could tell she only wanted him for what he could give her, and I think I had just seen too much of that. It had hit the pinnacle. Like, I couldn't take it anymore with stupid guys, and I just started yelling at him. I said, "This is why women are the way they are, because of guys like you. Are you freaking kidding me?" Like, I went off on him. I just.
In that scenario, suppose he would have said to you, after you told him that, so you turn around and say, Kai, I really want you. Why can't me and you get together? Because a woman saying that to a man, and the first thing to my mind is like, okay, maybe she likes me. You like him. You know what I'm saying? But if he turned around and asked you that and told you that, what would you do?
Well, I had already known that's what it was, but I had explained to him that I see you completely differently. I don't see you like that. You know what I'm saying? So I already knew.
But the guys, your friends don't. See, now, that one guy, all your friends, he told you how he felt. The rest of them not telling you yet. They'll get around to it eventually. Yeah, like I said, guys.
Right, but I'm also not an idiot. I already know why they're there. I basically just keep it in the atmosphere that I want to keep it in.
Okay.
Well, look, you have to understand. You have to understand. Younger me would argue with you that you could be friends with another, the other gender. Older me, I don't think so. I mean, I think you could use each other for whatever you want at the time. It's not really going to be a friendship. It's going to be one is waiting for the other to be weak, and the other one is using the person because they're there at the time. But real friends, no, I don't think the opposite sex could be real friends with each other. Unless your cousins or brothers or your uncle, or that's the only time.
but you got guy friends now, right?
No. I actually don't have any guy friends now. I don't have any friends now. I have acquaintances, and that's not guy acquaintences. I just have acquaintances. My friend is my business. So my radio show and my company and my kid.
I thought you had guy friends. Oh, okay. I think you had guy friends.
No, not now.
Oh, okay.
No, when I was younger, I only hung around guys. When I'm older, I don't hang around anybody. I try to hang around women, but I really don't have anything in common with them except that we all have vaginas. But I can't.
You do have things in common with them, but what it is you don't want to admit that women are boring. You don't want to
That's
hang
what I'm
around.
saying. They are boring. I don't have anything in common. I went to Dave & Buster's the other day, and the kids are playing, and I'm just looking at all the games like I want to play, but the women just wanted to talk, so I just stood there and talked like a lump on a log.
And talk about what?
Boring.
And talk about what? Guys, what you talking about?
They're men, they're children.
I told you. See? Exactly.
That's all we talk about. It's all guys.
Woo.
Well, I'm a person who I don't really like to talk. Like, really, I don't. I made this radio show for a purpose, but I'm not a talkative person, and I just want to do. I want to go skiing. I want to go snowboarding. I want to play video games. I want to, I want to do something.
All right. Okay.
And women are more about. I want to do my hair. I want to look cute. How does my butt look in these pants?
Okay. Now,
like one of my friends, I was wearing. One time I was wearing a dead. Hold on. One time I was wearing, what was it, a Deadpool shirt, jeans, sneakers, something. I can't remember. And I was going out, and one of my female friends, which is actually my cousin, she was just like, are you actually going out dressed like that? You need to do your makeup and do your this. And I was like, for what? I'm just running out the house. Why am I going to spend all this?
Get your whole outfit on.
because you gotta go fishing.
You gotta go fishing, yeah.
And then my thing is, for my whole life, I've dabbled in makeup here and there, but it's not really me because it doesn't make my face feel comfortable. It feels like my face can't breathe. So my whole thing always has been, if you don't like me with my face, then you don't like me. End of story. And I've never had a problem getting guys. I don't wear makeup. Look, I don't even do my eyebrows. What do they call it? They pluck or tweeze or whatever. I don't do my eyebrows. I'm just me. If you don't like me for me, then you don't like me. Because once the makeup is gone, surprise, this is me.
Okay. They're still, they'll still smash. But anyway, into that social thing at Dave & Buster's with your friends, female friends, did they ask you for any advice for relationship advice, any guys' advice? Did they ask you your opinion?
They do, but they never take it because I'm usually on the guy's side. If I'm not on the guy's side, then I'm asking them why are they still in this situation? How stupid are you? So they really don't take it.
Okay. Oof. Women. Oh my God.
But yeah, they ask. Guys ask too, and I give them my advice as well. Some take it. That's the difference. Some take my advice, some don't. With the women, they never take my advice.
Hold up.
Ever.
What would a guy?
Ever.
What would a guy? Wait. What would a guy ask you for advice? What would a guy ask your guy friend ask you for advice? As what?
Do you think this girl likes me? Do you think this girl is crazy? What do you think of this situation?
He doesn't know. He doesn't know that. No. That's to me.
No, I mean there could be situations where a guy, y'all talk to each other about it.
That's the way to talk to you, break the ice to get to you, don't you? Oh, okay.
Well, that's fine. They could break the ice and they're still not getting to me. I mean, if I tell you in the beginning, I'm not interested in you, and you want to stay there for 15 years waiting for me to be interested in you, whose fault is that? Mine? I told you.
No, it's not your fault. No, it's just some guys, pursue that. Maybe see something, hey, it's a challenge. Guys, most guys like challenges, yeah.
Well, I mean, that's not my fault. And if you think I'm the dick because of that, I guess I'm a dick then. So, anyways, what I want to talk about with, hold on. Char, well,
hi, I'm here. Yeah, I never know when to jump in, so I'm just like listening, like kind of like double dutch.
Double Dutch.
Yeah, Yeah,
that's funny. When you were saying that, I was picturing Double Dutch in my head before you even said Double Dutch.
Yeah, that's how I. Okay, I'm timing this. Should I jump in now or okay? Wait.
Well,
Hello,
the funny
everyone.
thing is,
Sorry
you're right on
today.
time. You're right on time because I'm getting into the segment of the show where I need your input because we're actually going to talk about. Well, we're going to go to commercial real quick. We have two sponsors that we need to get their information out there. But when we come back, we're actually going to talk about our main topic, which is women who are only known for their sex appeal and what it does to them. So we're going to talk about people like Britney Spears and Beyonce and just being known only for your sex appeal as opposed to being known for what you can do for, quote-unquote, mankind or your mind or something like that, like a Michelle Obama and Condolezza Rice. So you constantly argue with me about the differences in how I think women should dress and how you think women should dress.
Okay.
So you actually came in at the right time. So we're actually going to go to commercial.
Okay, cool.
So
alrighty.
The first commercial is a book, and you can go to our website, www.noconduct.com, go to No Conduct, so NCR's book, and you can find this book on there. And the second commercial is actually a song. It's by The Flu featuring Lexa. It's All You Need Is Love. Is their rendition of the Beatles song All You Need Is Love. So we'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors. Kai here from No Conduct Radio. I want to tell you about this book called Dubai the Jungle by Abdullah Al-Qatari, available on Amazon now. It's not about the war taking its course. We're living in peace and tranquility. However, something unprecedented is happening. The unknown is rattling the land and bringing about havoc. The once quiet, peaceful land of Jumeirah, Dubai, has now been flipped on its head, and Dubai zoo animals are at the center of the blame. As the animals start to rampage, everyone begins asking questions. What's happening to the animals? And most importantly, what caused them to rampage? These are the answers Police Commander Omar and the Detective Sultan must find before the worst is run down. Dubai the Jungle by Abdullah Al-Qatari is available on Amazon in Kindle and paperback. You can go to our website, www.noconduct.com, look for NCR books, and you'll be able to find Dubai the Jungle there. Dubai the Jungle, purchase it now. Seems like we are experiencing some technical difficulties. Oh, there it is.
Nothing you can do that can't be done. Nothing you can see that can't be sung. Nothing you can say, but you can learn how to play the game. It's easy. Nothing you can make that can't be made. No one you can save that can't be saved. Nothing you can do, but you can learn how to be you in time. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all we need. Love, love, love. Nothing you can know that isn't known. Nothing you can
And we're back. That was the Flu featuring Lexa, All You Need Is Love. It was their rendition of the Beatles song, All You Need Is Love. And you can find them on our website, that and the book, on our website, www.noconduct.com. You can search artists and search NCR books for the musician, Lexa, and the book. So we are back. So what I wanted to talk about, again, like I said, is what was I watching? I was chilling with my kid, and we were watching, like, old.
Char,
when I say old, I think just, is that Char?
Sorry. I didn't know you guys could hear that. Sorry. What the heck? It was just
Logic. I have a question for you, though. How did you know that was Char?
Because she's always texting.
See? I told you.
This time it was note to self, like you write notes to yourself in your phone, but not a text, but it uses the same type of feature. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
I just
I write notes to myself in my notebook.
Like Morse code. Oh, what's she doing? Tick, tick.
Modern technology is a marvel, guys. You can actually you can download Notepad to your phone. Hello. So anyway, sorry. Please carry on.
Thank you.
Wow.
Now I know to take the trash out when I'm done.
So anyways, we were watching like commercials and songs and everything from like 90s to 2000s and, stuff like that. I was going through and showing her what real rap is as opposed to what's out now. And, basically we went down the YouTube rabbit hole. You know when you go on YouTube to watch one video and you're like, oh, there's another one. Oh, there's another one. And then next thing you know, 6 hours have passed.
Watching 10.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So we went down the YouTube rabbit hole. And it got to the point where we were watching old commercials from like old Super Bowl commercials. And one of them was one of Britney Spears' Pepsi commercials. And I didn't know, my daughter didn't know who Britney Spears was. She was like, who's that? She's ugly.
No kidding. Wow.
But I was watching it and I'm just thinking like, if y'all remember her Super Bowl commercial where, she's singing for Pepsi, and the guy in the diner, he's watching the screen and the diner's burning down behind him. Do y'all remember that at all?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm watching it on the whole context of the commercial where she's sexy and guys can't look away because she's sexy. Young guys, old guys, doesn't matter. So I'm like, I kind of see why she had a meltdown when she shaved her head and everything, why she had a meltdown. Is because all she's known for is her body. Once you get older, your body starts becoming less quote-unquote sexy. It's harder to work out. You have to eat differently. It's harder.
It's true.
So she probably just had all this stress. Plus, in the industry, they're always telling you got to lose 10 pounds. You got to lose 10 pounds. You got to lose 10. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, I don't know what else to do. Like, this is something that could be, I don't know if that's what happened, but this could be a factor into why she just had a freaking meltdown. But could you imagine? That's all you're known for is being hot. Your body, your face, that's it. Nothing else. You know what I'm saying? And how hard that must be. It's like Beyonce. She was already pretty. She doesn't need makeup or anything to be pretty. She was already pretty. But in her head, she still needed a nose job. She still needed to get lighter. She still needed to have blonde hair. Like, so she still didn't feel as pretty as she was. She was actually pretty. But now she looks completely different from when she started out. Even my daughter was like, that's Beyonce? She's pretty. Like, she thinks Beyonce was pretty when she was in Destiny's Child, and she's ugly now. And that came from my daughter. So I'm like, what would Kim Kardashian, for instance, Beyonce, Britney Spears, what's that girl's name? Kim Kardashian's little sister. Like, all of them. What are they going to do when they get old? What are they going to be like when they get old?
Yeah. Well, Kai, I'm still pondering something, and this is not a segue, I promise. But is this a cultural thing? A lot of white kids know exactly who Britney Spears and Nicki Minaj are. Like, how is it that your daughter at that age doesn't have a clue who she is? She's still extremely popular. Not only does she have a long running show
is not
here,
extremely popular.
but yes, she is. She has, not only does she have a big show here forever, but like it fills up every time, mostly with very young little girls, like 50,000 people, 100,000 people, however many people that holds in that particular arena. But this is like constantly, and it's not just here. This just happens to be the entertainment capital of the world. But New York City, she travels, she tours.
Really?
These little girls. Yeah, so it also could be a good thing. Because depending on how a child is reared, it's when you're a good parent, you don't allow your children as much as you can to be exposed to certain types of media and people that are maybe not a positive influence, for little girls. And so maybe it just tells us how the world is, with so many of these young white, quote unquote white kids or whoever are looking at her like she's an idol, as well as Nikki. And many others. But think about it. I was just listening when you said she didn't have a clue who she was. It's like, you're kidding. But that could be a good thing. So, not exactly a segue.
Two things.
Does anyone agree with me?
Two things. Number one, you're focusing on the wrong thing here. And number two, Britney Spears isn't as popular as you think any longer. She's probably popular in your world because that's Vegas and that's where she has her show. But no, she's not that popular anymore. Her music doesn't play on the radio that much. My daughter does know who Nicki Minaj is because that does play on the radio. She doesn't like Nicki Minaj because she's not a freaking tool, but, she knows who she is. But Britney Spears isn't as popular as you think. Anyway, number two, the main point here, regardless, the main point here is talking about women who are more known for their body, known for being sexy, than as opposed to being known for what they can do, basically their mind, how smart they are, et cetera, et cetera. So I just was wondering when I was watching Britney Spears, what does that do to a woman? And women like to act like we need to be equal to men, but you don't really see a bunch of guys out there known only for their body. Even Brad Pitt, as hot as he used to be, he was a very good actor, and he's actually an architect, and he's a humanitarian, and. But you didn't just see him for his body. That's it. So my question is, as much as we're supposed to be equal, why are women still okay with only being known, well, I'm sexy, I'm hot, hey, I got titties. Why is that okay?
Because
Anybody?
men are afraid of their minds, and men hold them down from being such things, and blah, 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 blah.
So it's men's fault?
Typically, yeah. They're always going to say it's because of stuff like that. Just like their whole thing that, feminists are trying to push right now is there's not a lot of women in STEM because men are holding them back. No, it's not a lot of women in STEM studies because women typically are not interested in engineering and math. They're usually
Okay, wait. Stem cell research? What are you referring to?
Wow.
No.
Wow.
STEM. Science, technology, engineering, and math. Yeah.
Damn.
Wow.
Stem cell research. I just heard you say STEM. That's all I heard was STEM.
That's what it's called. STEM.
Okay, well, I just said stem cell research and technology. You can even clone other human beings now is what they're tapping into by using stem cells.
Anyway, my point
You're getting off the plane.
Is that they're trying to say that STEM STEM is dominated by men, and they're pushing women out and trying not to let them in. But what it is women are typically, when they go to college, they usually, if it's not being a lawyer or getting into medicine, They're usually into social stuff, you know, being a teacher or physical therapy or something like that, or, you know, something to do with, you know, psychology, something to do with the social side of education. It's not typically
science. Mhm.
It's not it's not typically going to be engineering and math or whatever. So they're saying that the people in STEM are now going to have to change the way that they teach in order to make it more appealing and inviting for women. Why?
But see, this is my question. That goes into when we were talking about the military change. And why is it that if you want equality, why is it that the system always has to change to make you feel more comfortable? That's not equality.
No, it's not.
Mm-mm. No.
I don't understand it. What do you have to change? My daughter is in STEM. She does a lot of stuff. I don't, you know, she wants to be a vet when she grows up, but I put her in a lot of different activities so she's well-rounded and she gets more of a feel as to, yes, this is exactly what I want to do when I grow up. But why? I don't understand. When she went to STEM this summer, she was the only girl, by the way. But anyway, I don't understand how do they have to change it to make it more appealing to women? What would make it more appealing to women? I don't get it.
Well, that's what the professors are saying. It's like 2 + 2 is 4. We don't know how else to say 2 + 2 is 4 in order to make it more appealing to someone who is not interested in us saying 2 + 2 is 4. You know, we're teaching these things. What's that?
Maybe they should draw pictures to illustrate their point, or sing the curriculum.
Well, there was an article. I have to find the article. I can't remember what the person said, but they basically, you're making a joke, but somebody was suggesting that they find some other way to make it more, since women are more socially whatever they said, that they should find another way to try to explain it to maybe that will be appealing enough to women to want to get involved. It's just like, well, listen, if they're into it, they're going to do it. If not, they're not. Everything doesn't have to be right. So I don't know. I don't know why there's this push.
I mean, yeah. I don't want to use the term easier because is that maybe being judgmental, but maybe a softer approach. But then that's not fair because it is what it is. Like you said, 2 + 2 is 4.
But Kai's point was that you shouldn't have to alter anything. If somebody somebody tried to say it's the same thing as when black people are being held back. You know, we need to do the same thing to make things even for women. Black people weren't asking for you to change the rules to have a job or to get on the bus or whatever and sit anywhere. They weren't asking for a discount or, you know, if I go to college, you're going to have to. It was just, let me go here without you harassing me and trying to kill me. Can you not do that? Everything else I can do, I'm fine. You know, so it's like, let me live where I want to live, and the cops ask me every day coming home. Can I live here? Is it okay? Can you stop it? You know, that's what it's about. Women want you to. Well, I don't want to say all women, but a good proportion of them want you to make safe spaces in every major city for them, so they can go out and feel like they could be just like a slut and nothing is going to happen or whatever. So they want you to nerf the world around them and put all of these things around so they can feel safe. It's like, no, because men don't walk around at night and have a safe space. You know?
Nope.
You're talking about men get to walk around and not get attacked. We get attacked.
Yes, we get attacked.
If we're not watching and making sure that we're keeping our head on a swivel, yes, we will get shot and robbed and everything. Like we might not get drug into an alley and raped as much as you are, but we still get killed. We still get robbed. We still get assaulted. All of that stuff happens. If you ever go into your major city and find out what happens to the homeless people, but that they don't report because no one cares about homeless people, they get beat up all the time.
All the time.
And there are so many shelters for women and battered chicks and dumb broads. They got a dumb broad shelter. But any man that had a hard time or a rough patch in life, hey, I don't know what to tell you. We don't have anything for you. Go out in the street.
We got no room.
So it's like you dudes are out there all the time getting a lot of stuff happening to them. It's just we don't make the news. That's all it is. So if you want to go out, go out. Be a slut if you want to be a slut. If you want to go and get drunk, have at it. My thing has always been, if you want certain opportunities, there's going to be the pros and cons that comes with it. Okay? You want to be out in the street acting like a nut, and 2, 3, 4 in the morning you want to be walking around dark alleys and stuff? You can do that. No one's saying that you can't do that. But you're going to have to pack a Walter P or something. You're going to have to do something to figure it out. So you have to take care of yourself. You can't keep asking people to change laws, change rules, and change this, change that. If you want to be a Navy SEAL, hey, this is what the Navy SEALs have to go through to be Navy SEALs. Okay, you shouldn't get a break because you're short or because you can't lift as much with your upper body strength. This is what it is. If you can keep up, keep up. If not, don't know what to tell you. Shouldn't have to lower the bar. And the same thing with these college courses for the educational pursuit of STEM. They should not have to change anything to make it more appealing for this person or that person or this group or that group. If you want to do it, do it. It's over here. Here you go. If not, keep it moving and stop complaining.
That's what I think. And like I said on another show, like I don't see how women don't see that this is like they're not offended by programs being changed for us, making it easier or making it more. Basically, what it's coming down to is make it more pretty and make it smell better so women could be interested in
girly.
Yeah, like how if you want to be equal and you want to say, we should stop saying, we should stop segregating the toy section for the kids. We can put dolls and GI Joes together and make them all one. If you want to say that, then how come we can't do that in life? How come we can't just have the STEM program? How come you can't just have football? How come you can't just have baseball? We have baseball and softball. You have football and then some kind of naked bikini type of football for women. Like I don't and women.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, some kind. I don't even know what
lingerie on football girl. Yeah, the girls football.
Yeah,
team.
I don't even know. Yeah, I saw it one time. I was like, what the hell is this? But anyway, I'm like, if you want to be equal and you want to rock phrases like women don't have to be modest to be respected, all this kind of crap. How is this not offending you? That we are still, even if we get into the same program, even if we get into the military, we're still not equal. We're just in the military. But they had to change the program and lower the PT standards for us to keep up. That's not equal. I don't know. That's just me. But I'm not a feminist because I guess I would argue with all the feminists that your crap doesn't make sense to me.
But you know what? But it's gotten to the point though. If you say these things, people like you're a bigot, and that's all it is to it. And there's no point to what you're saying. And like with the military thing, they did a study, and they said now these units who have women in the infantry, I mean none of them have been deployed yet, but they just did the war game exercises they were doing. The squads that had women on it did a percentage less than the ones that were all men. Like there was a hesitation. Now they said they don't know if it's due to specifically the performance of the females or if it was because there was a female on the team, the squad was less what's the word I'm looking for? Like basically they were saying they don't know if it's because if something the men were more concerned were continuously checking to make sure that she was okay. Meaning, not that they were like, "Hey, are you all right?" But it's more of, instead of taking the shot and moving quickly, they kept, constantly keeping eye contact, making sure she didn't get hit, or she could make it over that jump that they just made it. Like there was a half step, less that they were all performing on. Every squad that had a female. So my thing is, it would be interesting to find out why, like what it was actually, was the performance, or was it this ingrained reflex that men have to make sure that the chick is okay, or what? Like, was it really just her performance? I don't know. But in the end of the day, they performed less. So the question that you would have to ask yourself now is, why, and if it's necessary to then try to put that on the battlefield, because those seconds can add up to something and end up costing somebody a life, costing a situation. You know what I mean? Like, so to me, you would really need to get to the bottom of why that is before you start to try to send people out, because you can't keep up with the social pressure of people saying, "Hey, how come blah blah blah?" You gotta do that. I don't know. It's not that serious to me. And another problem I have right now is these new, young, I guess what they want to call themselves, black activists, who don't seem like they understand or know history at all about black people. Like they're trying to act like this whole Black Panther craze. These young millennials are trying to act like this is the first time that they've ever seen a black actor in an action movie, and for some reason the studio needs to guarantee that they're going to put some of the profits to some black cause. And I'm like,
black
what?
Cause.
And furthermore, it's like Blade did this back in '97. Blade came out years ago. And that was the first black rated R comic book character. Like he's already done this already. So what do you? I don't understand what they're talking about. And then they have this other thing that they're saying, like, this is going to change cinema history. Because of
I heard that too. I read that.
What are you talking about? Well, because this is the first time. One person said, this is the first time that we're being seen and being depicted in a position of power and blah, blah, blah. And again, I'm thinking about movies like...
They talk about hairstyles, too.
I'm thinking about movies like Glory, where they had Morgan Freeman. Denzel. Like, there was a real narrative of this ex-slave who wanted to prove himself, and another ex-slave who had nothing but hatred for white people in his heart, and how that had to change for him to, move forward. Matthew Broderick, who was from a abolitionist family, and he had that pride, but you still saw there was somewhere in his heart he did resent the fact that he had to be the captain of a black unit. And you see all of these, and then you had the other character he grew up with, who was a black guy that was totally out of his element and believed people were nice and never experienced racism, and the whole complete flip. How it was a wake-up call for him, and he started to cry, and he was having a hard time, and their friendship changed. Like, that was a deep movie on many different levels.
With the Irish.
Black Panther? Black Panther.
Okay, well, let me ask you that. This is sound really just out there, but they were also saying, I read a few articles where they're saying that the hairstyles changed history, cinema history forever, where all cultures can see how we wear our hair and appreciate our many different ethnic textures and looks. And they made such a big deal about all the natural hairstyles, and all the white people can understand and embrace that. I mean, seriously, this is like this is all
it's
wear.
crazy.
Like, what?
The hairstyle.
That's natural hairstyle.
In the movie,
so
Shaka Zulu had a lot of hairstyles too.
Well, Shaka Zulu was a miniseries on TV. But so let's say that they want to talk about theater cinema. So did they not see the natural hairstyle that was in Color Purple? Did
Right.
they not see
Right.
the natural hairstyles that was in Rosewood, where there was a black man fighting against a complete horde of white Southern people coming into the town to destroy it because black people were becoming too prosperous and everything like that. That very strong alpha character that Ving Rhames was in there. That means nothing compared to Chadwick Boseman, who's playing a dude dressing up in a panther suit, you know, fighting another guy who's dressing up in Jaguar. Are you serious? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. And well, a lot of so they were talking about the tribes that inspired them, and you know, white people are going, wow, so this is what it means to come to the black culture. I'm sitting here like, are you serious? I mean, we do what we do to all of us. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's just that it's on a wide. It's just by millions of people all at one time. But
to me, it feels like black exploitation. You know, my thing is, I can't prove it. I can't prove it, so I'm not going to sit here and say it is actually so. But it's just, to me, it seems a little bit too perfect that you're dropping this character on Black History Month.
Black History Month, there you go. Right, beginning of February.
This is supposed to be, in the comic world, in the Marvel universe, this is supposed to be the most advanced culture on Earth. They had their technology far exceeds even the level of Tony Stark, and they're running around with wooden masks on. I saw a dude in there that had a turquoise green suit and a plate in his lip. You know, it's like all of this extra tribal stuff to me that A, is not a problem, but B, if you look at any advanced culture on Earth, like, you know, any people that's moved beyond, like in Saxon history, like, you don't see English people running around with powdered wigs anymore.
Bones
you don't see that because they've advanced beyond that. You don't see people in Ireland still running around with the blue face paint like the Druids did. Like, they've moved beyond that. You know, whatever the Celts used to do, you know, when they came. Like, you don't see that kind of stuff anymore. You go to China, they're not walking around, you know, with those long Fu Manchu, you know, pipes, you know, and the long beards, like, you know, looking like pie. Right. You don't see that. It's not. They're not doing that, even though that is a part of their culture, and they do celebrate it at times. They celebrate it again. You know, being where you are in Native American countries out there in the Midwest. Native American people don't walk around with feathers in their head. That's a ceremonial thing. It's totally separate from everyday life of what they do now and what they do when they're celebrating something. So my thing is, if this is supposed to be an advanced African culture, why are you still trying to act like these people will be walking around with face paint on and stuff like that, or, you know, be cutting scars into their skin and stuff like that, and just be walking around and, you know, clocking into the office every day? It wouldn't happen. What you're doing is you're just adding all this stuff in, so it's like, look how African we are, and African, and we're Africans that African, this is Africa. You know, so it's like you're really forcing this down our throats. Like, why? Why? Because you want to make a buck. And it's the same thing that I said about Wonder Woman. Women should be irritated what they did because they dropped it and they kept, we got it directed by a woman, and it's women, and it's women ever women's, and, you know, so it's like you didn't do a good story. You just did all of this stuff to kind of feed into this woman empowerment thing instead of actually making the character good and telling a good story. This is what they're doing with Black Panther. That's why I smell a rat, and I don't think it's going to be good. Personally, I think it's going to be stupid.
Well, okay. Well, with that said, like, have any of you guys seen it? I'm definitely going to see it. I've just been looking at before it was released. I was looking at the early reviews, or when they're, you know, how they, directors, whatever. So, but now, I mean, are you guys going to see it or what? Are you excited to see it? Anyone?
I'm not excited to see it. No.
I was excited to see it, but I was excited to see it, but Logic's a douchebag, so he took that excitement away. So now,
no, listen. If you want to look, if you want to see it, tickets are only $6. If you want to go see it, go see it. But my thing is, I smell a rat. That's all I'm saying. Because I was excited to see it. But then when I start hearing them say it's an all black cast and we got a black director, and I looked up the director, and it's like he only did 3 other movies. And they were all independent films that no one saw. I was like, oh, God. And then when I saw who wrote the movie, it was, again, hacks that never did anything worth mentioning. And it was like, well, why would you do that? And then they was like, yeah, and it's coming out February, and it's going to change. And I was like, oh, here we go. Here we go.
And the water in between cuts, he's black, too. Okay, don't let it kill it for you, Kai. I was just saying that, I mean, if anything, curiosity might kill the cat. But they've gone through so much, to make it so big. I was just like, come on. But we know who we are. It doesn't take Hollywood to explain the black culture or.
But that's what I don't. That's what I don't like. I don't like the fact that these young kids are running around trying to act like this never happened before, like they've never seen. Again. If people want to go back and talk about the natural hairstyles and black people being able to be black, Love Jones, to me, is one of the best movies that ever was made that most people don't think about, because it was black young people who didn't have a rack of kids running around. It wasn't any of these cliche, oh, no, you didn't. It wasn't. They were educated.
Right.
There was a love story going on. It wasn't raunchy. It wasn't, titties in the screen every 2 seconds. It was about 2 intellectual black people who had a group of friends, and they all used to frequent this poetry jazz spot. And it was about these 2 people trying to get it together. That's it. Natural hair, good dialogue, great directing. Period. It's one of the greatest films to me. I love that movie. They act like it doesn't. They probably don't even. They probably never saw it, But right. Anytime you're sitting here talking about, again, a Marvel movie produced by Disney to drop on Black History Month of a bunch of actors who've never done anything, with the exception of Angela Bassett and Alfred Woodard or whoever's in it. Yeah. But it's like even that. That girl from 12 Years a Slave, like they're trying to act like she's in it. So what? What else have you seen her in? Well, you haven't seen her in anything else. Like, not act like she's this great actress. In 12 Years a Slave, she got stripped naked and got her ass whooped. What am I supposed to be impressed with? What are you talking about? What do you?
That's true.
Man.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that movie either.
Yeah,
I couldn't. And I hated. I hated that movie too. I hated that movie. You had this black guy who living in slave time, went to go hang with 2 white strangers out of town that he never met before, and didn't think anything was going to happen. And then did he think his way out of that situation? Did he fight for his freedom and come back? No. Some white man came down to save him, and he saw him and was like, what's your name? Oh, my name is I know my name. And collapsed into this white man's arms, and they took him back home and said, I have to apologize to you. Oh, God. Go shoot yourself. I hated that movie.
Well, that's another movie I was kind of interested in seeing until Logic told me about it. Then I was like, never mind.
Don't try to keep saying I'm ruining stuff for you. You saw that movie before me.
Did it? I didn't see this movie. I've never watched it. I wanted to watch. Well, it wasn't like a burning desire, but it was mild curiosity. I kind of wanted to watch it. Then when you explained the movie to me, I was like, why waste my time?
Listen, look. I'm not trying to kick the movie in the dick. It's just there's certain things we've seen already. We've seen
been done before.
We've seen slaves get their ass kicked. We've seen slaves, their wives or whatever get raped in front. We've seen that already. So if you go and make another movie for me to see this, my question is, okay, and your point is what? You know? Because it's like, it would be the same, and I'm not being this way because it's black. It's the same thing when I watch a Holocaust movie. I've seen a movie where Jews are being liquidated in the ghettos, and they're being shot in the I saw that already. You know? So if you're telling me a new story, that's why I like Munich, because Munich was about these Jewish people who something happened to them or whatever. It was due to the terrorists, whatever. So this squad went around and was just doing work, and it was an interesting twist to where they started off feeling very righteous, like we're going to go and we're going to get even for the Jewish community of what happened, right? By the end of the movie, Eric Bana's character was feeling like it wasn't different between him and these radicals that were, you know, doing terroristic stuff. Like he was looking at himself the same way, you know, especially when he had that conversation with the guy when they were in the apartment or the hostel, whatever that was they were in. You know, he was like just talking to him, trying to understand why are you fighting? Why are you resisting, you know, the Israeli government and blah, blah, blah. And they had a very heart-to-heart conversation where he saw himself in the guy. So that's a very interesting narrative that you're showing. I watched it. I loved it. It's the same thing with Schindler's List. It was less about the Jews and more about a failed businessman who ended up doing something good but not intending to from the beginning to do something good. He was just trying to get money. So that's an interesting character flip to see. But if you just want to tell me another story about, oh, yeah, this is how the Jews got killed and roasted in ovens and sent to the gas chamber, it's like, I don't want it. Why do I want to see that? I saw it already.
Yeah.
I don't need to see that. What are you talking about? No, get out of here with that. Stupid.
What was Django about?
What?
We only have 90 seconds left. We need to have a Logic movie review corner or something.
Right. That would be fun.
Yeah. So next week, tell us what Django's about. I've never watched it, and I don't have a.
Me either.
I don't like Quentin Tarantino, so I'm probably not going to watch it.
I saw it in Atlanta at the movies. I thought it was good, but it's also like kind of bad. So, anyway, that's my review.
Yeah, that made sense. But anyway, so next week we're going to continue on with BJ's conversation that we were supposed to be continuing on with like 2 weeks ago, which was he was talking about his niece who he said was a whore, and Char said you should be able to be a whore in your 20s, basically, and then when you get older, then you start being respectable. So we're going to continue that conversation next week, Thursday, 6 p.m. right here on No Conduct Radio. Thanks for joining us. Peace out, everyone.
Happy belated Valentine's Day, No Conduct Radio listeners.
We don't celebrate Valentine's Day here. Get off my phone.
Oh, no.
Michael Kors.
Don't make BJ start again.
What?